Hi, welcome to a new video, and in this we're going to be looking at a review for Rush Rally Origins on PC. So Rush Rally Origins has released on Steam, released last week, and it's the first time we've seen a Rush Rally title appear on PC. But as a series, they've got around about a decade of history, primarily with mobile releases, but also Rush Rally 3 and Origins have also appeared on the Nintendo Switch, which gets a lot of mobile ports on it. So it brings basically a top-down rallying aesthetic to PC, so it joins Art of Rally in that regard. And as such, comparisons to Art of Rally are going to be inevitable, but it does take a very different approach in regard to its visual aesthetic. So rather than mimic that kind of minimalist vibe of Art of Rally, what we have here is a much more grounded and realistic look and feel with Origins. Now, personally, I find both of them appealing, for very different reasons, but I do like both of them. But for some people, they will prefer the Art of Rally aesthetic and design. Other people will be more at home with the Rush Rally Origins one. Really, it's entirely up to you. It's nice that we've got titles on Steam that give us that kind of choice. One thing I do want to mention is it's also a really well optimised title. It's capable of hitting 120 frames per second. It will run well even on lower spec machines. I haven't noticed any pop-up when I've been playing it at all, which I'll be honest is something that Art of Rally could suffer from quite a bit at times, actually. So I run a 1660 Ti as my graphics card. I capped that at 60 frames per second, whacked it up to the highest graphics setting, and it really did not miss a beat, and that's basically what you're seeing here. It performed really well. So let's get on and break it down into our review categories. So starting off with driving simulation. So for driving simulation, I'm giving it a 5, because whilst it is firmly an arcade title, Origins does, much like Art of Rally, actually have a surprisingly deep physics engine hidden underneath. Well, actually, it's not really a surprise to anyone that's played the previous Rush Rally titles, as it's running a brush time model and a physics engine capable of hitting 360 Hz. It's actually quite a solid little physics engine under there. Yes, the brush time model does contain a number of compromises against the best time models on the market, but this is an arcade title at the end of the day, so you know, it's doing really good. So it's got quite a lot going for it under the hood, and as a result, it really does feel very satisfying to drive. You get a real sense of the difference of across the range of cars and the surfaces that you find in the game, so really solid in that regard. Moving on to racing simulation, and I'm giving it a 6 here. It's basically got a mixture of time trial championships and arcade mode. The AI does get plenty of work out here, and the arcade mode does allow you to take on the stages with 5 other cars running alongside you. And they're certainly capable of providing a challenge, and even in the time trial and championship modes, hitting the gold times is going to require a reasonable amount of practice. So yeah, there's a reasonable amount going on with the AI here, enough to make it enjoyable and provide a more than reasonable challenge. In terms of Motorsport Simulation, for that I'm giving it a 4. You get very little within Origins, but given that it's an indie title, that's not really a massive surprise, and in particular its Origins as a mobile title. You're not going to have anything massively in-depth and complex within here. It's designed first and foremost with pick up and play for short periods of time, and to be able to do that repeatedly. So the championship mode is basic, but it's functional, and overall in terms of Motorsport Simulation, it doesn't really push any new grounds in that regard. But moving on to accessibility, and this is one area that Rush Rally Origins shares a strength with Art of Rally, in that both of them are very, very accessible. It's not as polished a title as Art of Rally, but it does have great controller setup. It allows you to get the grips with the physics engine really quickly, but mastering it is going to be a challenge. And as such, it really does manage to give you that just one more go loop really, really well. So it's great in that regard. One area I did personally appreciate was the two camera options, where you can pick between a retro isometric view and a helicopter view. Now, the retro isometric is kind of like Art of Rally's camera, but it's not quite as well done for my money as the Art of Rally one, and I didn't get on with it. But the helicopter view, which kind of gives you a chase cam but up from a lot higher, I found worked really well, and in all honesty, I'd actually like to see that as a camera option in Art of Rally. I'd really enjoy that. But yeah, for me, having the two options worked well. Helicopter cam for driving, retro isometric looks really good on the replays, so best of both worlds for me anyway in that regard. Content-wise, I've given it a 6. Content is a little light in Rush Rally Origins, but what it has is overall really well done. You get 36 stages across a wide range of countries, all with weather. You've got just over a dozen cars to unlock. It's also got a basic upgrade system to improve stuff like speed, acceleration, grip, etc, etc. The cars are all unlicensed, however, in a nice move that is carried over from Rush Rally 3, you can edit the car names, so you can put the actual car names in there if you want, which is a nice touch. Sneaky, but a nice touch. One thing that does give away Origin's mobile routes, however, is the stage lengths, none of which are going to take you more than 2 minutes or so to complete. Now, that of course is ideal for gaming on the go, but for a Steam release, it would have been really nice to see some longer stages. Even if they'd done a dirt rally and basically just stitched the shorter stages together to create longer stages. Because the handling's so much fun that longer stages would have really helped add that finishing touch to it as a PC release. I mean, after all, people are not going to be playing it that much on the go on a PC. Well, unless you've shelled out for a Steam Deck, but that's an entirely different story. Moving on to our last category, and that's value, and I've given it a 9 in terms of value, because whilst it's a little rough around the edges, the content a little light and the stages a little short, that doesn't actually stop Rush Rally Origins being a great value title. It's £12, what it's got is good value for the £12, it's got that really nice, as I say, one more try loop. It will take you a little while to unlock absolutely everything, the cars in particular, and get all of the upgrades for them. The time trial does have online leaderboards, so you know it's got enough in there to keep you going, certainly for the £12, and it's a nice title to be able to drop in and out of. So in summary, despite the shortcomings I've mentioned above, it is a really enjoyable title, and that's one I would strongly recommend, particularly if you've enjoyed Art of Rally. Its aesthetic may be wildly different to Art of Rally's, but it's an equally enjoyable top-down rally title that runs solidly and offers a lot to like. So yeah, that's my review of Rush Rally Origins on Steam. It's one I'd strongly recommend at £12. If you're not sure and you're on the fence and it hits a sale, it's a no-brainer in my personal opinion. If you can pick this one up in a Steam sale, and I'm sure it will pop up from time to time. So if you found the review useful, please do hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when new content gets uploaded. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.